Hello, everyone out there. This is Dr. Dave from Shrink Wrap Radio once again to talk about my latest podcast interview. But first, let me hasten to wish you a happy new year because it's New Year's Eve here in Northern California. And I'm here to talk about Shrink Wrap Radio episode number 436, in which I interviewed Dr. Bessel Kolk, who is a professor of psychiatry at the Boston University Medical School. I have to look at my notes every now and then. He's also the director of the Trauma Center in Boston. And what else do I have here? He is the director of the National Child Traumatic Stress Network, established by Congress to raise the standard of care and improve access to services for traumatized children, their families, and communities. And our interview centers around Dr. Kolk's latest book, which is The Body Keeps the Score: Brain, Mind, and Body in the Healing of Trauma. And that pretty much tells the story. Dr. Kolk, as you can see from what I've said, is very eminent, and based on his own fMRI studies of the brain as well as extensive neurological research by others, he is persuaded that trauma impacts not just the mind, but really impacts the brain in very clear, obvious, measurable ways. And so trauma has a substantial physical impact on that part of our body, and it's not localized to just that part of the body. And so he goes on to reason that, if it's the body and the brain that have been traumatized, then the body is going to be an important conduit for any kind of restoration from trauma. And so he introduces into his treatment such practices as yoga, Tai Chi, drumming, dance, and psychodrama, among others. And as a child of not a child, but a person of the 60s, this all resonates very well with me, as you can imagine. So go ahead and check out Shrink Wrap Radio number 436 and have yourself a happy new year.